Ain't no hood like a sisterhood.
What?
Ain't no hood like a sisterhood.
What?
Ain't no hood like a sisterhood.
We all contribute to create the system.
That's true.
And then somehow we should all take collective responsibility for how the system is.
Blow your trumpets.
And we can only blow that trumpet on the program.
Layla.
Yes, it's that time again where we bring you the best. You're welcome to that wonderful program again that shows you the woman, that tells you about the woman. Not just the physical, but the emotional, the spiritual, you know, and the intelligence of a woman. And it can only be one program that's been on your screen for as long as 2-3 years. And that program is
Ladylike.
yes, that's I was just talking about that. thing.
So what are we
song
talking
was it
about? What? As you say that straight.
For woman.
We are twins. Have you called that straight? Now we say
You put a smile upon your face.
Oh, we need DJ. Oh, strength of a woman.
Yeah, it's just going through my mind because every day on this program, that is.
And basically, that's what we talk about every time. The strength of a woman.
And,
The rest,
and
yeah.
the funny thing is, it doesn't finish. For one thing,
The strength.
order to the other. Today, we've already spoke about this topic, but it's a never-ending topic. Actually, you said the strength of a woman, and today's special edition is going to be talking about strength of a woman in politics. You know, you see it now. We're in a very strong political era, and we as women intend for our voices to be heard.
I like that, but to cut you, all this, we are in a very something where you just talk. You are just saying, are you going to vote? Do you have your PVC? Are you registered?
I don't carry my PVC.
I don't know. Now what you want to do? I don't carry. Do you see? Now so you go take fail exam. Now so they fail exam. I say, do you have? And you say, I don't carry. That is you don't
I
get.
am registered.
You don't get.
Extra registered.
What's the extra?
Over registered.
Extra register, no they vote too.
Not there. I come up
Over registered.
there and shouting, go and collect your PVC.
Thank you.
It's that bad.
Okay.
But whether we like it or not, a woman has a role to play in politics.
Yes.
It's like maybe we haven't discovered it yet. I will never forget, it's one election, I won't call names, but we should all know, it's one election that a woman was actually coming for president. They want to do primaries in a party. Nobody, the only woman vote herself.
We don't know women. We don't know females in that.
That thing upset me to my bone. She had only one vote. No, it taught me a lesson that if you want to go anywhere, start from inside.
That is the strength of a woman. Strength of a woman. Please, don't be you can't do it. Please, right now let's go on a small, very really little quick break. When we come back, you will meet the one that is making us sing this song that we don't know the lyrics. The song that we are doing backup for. Yeah. Go nowhere, we'll be right back.
You're welcome back from that break, and as usual, before the break, we are here to talk. But today's edition is a very, very special one because we're talking about the strength of a woman. It's a continuation from all the episodes we're talking about strength of a woman. Now we're going to see another aspect of her strength of intelligence, strength of carrying people along. We have in the studio a wonderful, beautiful, lovely young lady. I don't know, when I saw her first, I just couldn't help but start.
You're mesmerized.
Yeah. With us in the studio today is Dr. Lynne Bassey. She is a special assistant on gender. You're welcome. Ma.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Special advisor on gender. Can you throw more light on that?
Okay, well, you know that in Nigeria, when we talk about gender, it's all about the women, being undervalued.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but generally, gender is supposed to be a situation where you're trying to strike a balance between the male and the female.
Yeah.
Yes. So my position is coming to do that.
Okay.
As good as uplifting the female gender that has not been carried along in many spheres,
Yeah.
but also striking a balance with the male gender.
Okay. Beautiful.
Now, how did this all start? How did you get to be in this position?
It's a thing of destiny, but destiny can only meet someone who's prepared for it.
Exactly.
In 2019, I contested for the seat of House of Assembly in Cross River State, where I come from. And I knew the terrain was going to be tough, but I went headlong to contest for it. And I went to a new party. And so in my state, my constituency, we had 12 of them run for the seat of House of Assembly.
Wow.
And this is my very first time making an attempt in the political space. And I came third.
Ah, that's cool.
Yeah, so coming third amongst 12 parties, I realized that perhaps this is the area where I need to harness more. And not, for me at the time, it was not really in core politics, but because I could transact with the people, the electorate, and I saw that they have need for something that is far-reached. In the political space, it's just about the politicians and the electorate.
Yes.
So I saw a huge lacuna. I was sharing wrappers, sharing water, sharing salt, even when I lost. And I could see the surprise in them. These were things that on a normal day I just wanted to do. I didn't exhaust what I had in my stock. And I didn't win, but I still needed to just let them go. And it was strange to them.
Like, you lost and you're still doing this.
Yeah, it was strange to them. So I just said to myself, okay, fine. But why didn't I win? Right? In politics, you do not lose, but you may not get the seat at the time.
Okay.
So I said to myself, I need to get back into this system and understand how it works.
Yeah.
So I went back into the system. I had to change camps. Now, in the system, I understood that there's some hierarchy and there's some timing. I also understood that there's a perception that makes women scared of being in such system.
Exactly.
So I delved into the support group. So in the support group, you know everything you do in support group in politics is voluntary.
Yes, yes.
I began to volunteer.
I think like you went to learn about the system.
Yeah, like operating with them and for example, the learning process in politics is like when you have congresses, when you have national convention, when you have,
Exactly.
So I made sure to partake in all of that from 2020 up to date. And in partaking from all of it, I met some persons, I tried to talk to some people, I tried to ask questions. I realized that it's a process. You do not just wake up in a party and jump, I want to be something. You do not just wake up in a party and expect that because you have good intentions, the people should just know it.
Yeah.
You don't just wake up and you think certain positions
Belongs to you.
So while doing that back in my state, I jumped into volunteering, and at the party, I was volunteering for the presidential candidate. I did that for 2 years without anyone recognizing me.
Are you serious?
Without anyone
Your own personal contribution?
Yes. But I did not know that my current boss was looking out and was saying yes. I was still in Cross River State when I was announced his special assistant on gender.
Wow.
So what am I saying? I'm saying it's destiny, it's grace, but I was prepared for it.
Yeah, you were prepared. Yeah.
So every woman who needs to get into this space needs to understand that, and it's practical. You do not need to press extra buttons.
Exactly.
You need to really put in.
Just put in work.
Yes, yeah. And I'll also add with prayers, because sometimes you get stuck on the way where you're tired.
Yes.
You're giving
Frustrated.
up. You're frustrated. You're looking like there's no way here for me. You know how you go for meetings and sometimes you're the only you're the only female. And some people are like, I'm waiting this fine girl. And in your mind you're like, oh, you're not waiting this fine girl. They also know.
But sometimes do they look down on you? Like, when you give suggestions or your opinion? Are they looked upon?
As a matter of fact, I've never had that scenario because I don't open my mouth anyhow.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Yes, I don't. Yes. I give my suggestions most of the times, even through the right channels. Because as a woman, God has given us skills, but sometimes we're not harnessing it. One, I always say
like that.
we have multi-strategy skills that God has embedded in us.
Yes.
You can be here and you're doing 4 other things at the same time. Sorry to say, not to talk down on the men, but they do not have that capacity.
They don't.
No, don't worry. We say it every time on this place. We always say it.
They don't.
So if you're in the midst of them, your mindset is to help.
Exactly.
So don't try to lord over them while helping, and everything will go smooth. So I've never had someone take away my suggestion or talk down on because I select when I do.
The first time you actually lost, many people have given up. Totally. They start to condemn the system. Very, very gentle, unsensitive people. It's so, you understand? But you kept on. So what was your experience like? What were the challenges you went through? Was there,
I think first off, when I want to do something and I've made up my mind to do it, and my father used to say to me that I'm tough to change once I've made up my mind. But the only thing he's rest assured about is that I know how to manage it. So should I have made up my mind about something and it fails, I know how to manage it. Like learning from
learning from the experience
is even another wealth for me than just saying I'm going to fail, so let me not try. So in the process of the disappointment and everything, I made up my mind that coming into this space I would face one challenge. I told myself that.
Just prepared yourself for it.
Yes, I told myself I'll face one challenge, and that one challenge is in the fact that not to be high-headed, but like I didn't make myself. God made me who I am.
Exactly.
So if we're in the banking sector,
you will still excel.
If I were in the whatever sector, I'll have the same challenge. So I have to face it headlong. Where you just pass and they say, well, fine, So I made up my mind. Now coming into this space, I also doubled it by building up my capacity. If I'm in a group of 10 men, I make sure to be able to add value.
Not just
for example,
like a figure.
For example, the youth leader of my party, he set up a strategy team to draw his blueprint for how he's going to operate in his first tenure. We're 13 of us. I was the only female. And the thing is this, where you find yourself at every point in time is your life examination. You either make or you marry. So, but for women, I think we have soft landing in terms of giving out this capacity because it's imperative. So I am on the talking spree for every woman to come out. There is nothing to be afraid of. It's when you take the perception or the stereotype or the prejudice that it's a man's world or they will not let us. Nobody gives you power, you take it. So how best can a woman take it other than put capacity on the table? So now I realize also in the political space within these years that I've moved that they even want women who have capacity. So you see what you do not know.
Because you're an added value.
Thank you, you're an added value. And they always want to strike a balance. So if you do not build yourself up and make that step and be ready to withstand whatever turmoil you face, you will not get to that peak.
Now, how about the support? How have you gotten support? Did you get support from family? Because friends, there are some people who like, why are you going to do? Are you sure you should? Are you sure you should be here? Are you sure you should be here? Why are you here? So let me know about the support. Let's know about the support you got.
My friends will be laughing now if they watch this, and they're like, what the heck?
Oh, they say.
But that was the initial stage, and now every one of them says to me, gosh, I never knew such a strong friend is whom I have, But I get support from my family a lot. God bless my mom. I get support from, my family is wide, and I have family who are not blood as well. So yes, I get support from my sisters, but the thing is this, the support that you get is what you fall back to. If you make up your mind to not have anything to fall back to, you're headlong. Every woman has to realize that it's good to say have a second plan A, plan B. But when in your mental, we are emotional. So sometimes when we feel last I will fall back home. It makes you not push.
Yes.
Because you already know in your psyche, you already know that I have a backup plan.
That was
So but for the external group of people, I also get support from elderly women in the party. I've had former BOT women, former ministers, they come to my office and they'll tell me, look, we like the way you're pushing. We want to push, want to help you pull through. You know, time will not afford me to mention their names. I also had our former governor's wife, Senator Lynne's wife. She's a strong advocate for women. You know, so these are people who tell me, this is how you go about it, this is how you use it, so you don't feel alone. That's my party. Then generally, the men as well, you know, sometimes they try to poke you.
To see how
you react,
see how we fall.
And then when they finally know you are solid, they carry you.
Totally.
Because this thing is a rugged field that you're not only needed to be physically rugged, you're needed to be mentally rugged, sharp and smart. So for a woman who wants to come into leadership, you have to be ready with what is needed on the table. You know, people who talk too much, people who are about gossip, about complaints, you will not thrive here. You will not thrive here. There's a whole lot on the table to deal with, other than all of that.
I like what we've been saying, but now I feel like there was a question we should have asked before, since we just asked about backup or whatever.
Yes.
Growing up, is this what you knew you wanted to do in life?
Exactly. I wanted to ask.
So what was the plan? What was the plan? No, now we know that this destiny. Now, what was the initial plan in your head? What did you even go to? Did you study political science?
No. I studied sociology, but I also have some background in social work. I have my MSc in development sociology and my PhD, most conclusively development sociology.
But then again, all this came later on. At the initial stage, let us know down what was supposed to be your plan.
You know, just like at the initial stage of every young girl's life, you have fantasies. You want to have this, you want to marry this, you want to, you know, you have all of that. And for me, it wasn't about just fantasy, maybe fantasy in my personal life, but about reality. I wanted, by all means, to build a name that can create me access. The relationship that you build, the connections that you have, is your wealth in life, not the money that you have in your bank account. Not even the properties that you can acquire or that, you know. So I've always had that perception. For example, to be on screens, like to be a movie actress, to be, you know, why? Because I know once I create an idea and I walk up to your office, because I'm a
you would give me a listening ear.
Yes.
So for me, it was that perception. But when I started modeling, and I realized that the world is different. That world at the time, I don't know of now because I'm not there, is different from my moral background. I took the exit stage. Then I also realized that I couldn't accentuate to full screen, you know, and then people talk about how the take home is really not take home, it's all just a facade. The reality outside there, I began to see people's lives, tales and all of that. So I decided to ditch all of that. And I went purely into network marketing. In network marketing, the genealogy calculation gave me a clear view picture of how humans are my wealth. How my social contacts, my relationship with people can give me the kind of wealth.
That brought you back to what your father was always saying.
Yes, what my father always say. And in my first try, I was able to come off as number one in a business country of 55. Like this company has business structures in 55 countries, and I came up number one. And for 3 years, I maintained it. Now, it's not just me at the time. I had over 23 families who are always taking on trips to the US, to the UK, to the Netherlands, Kenya, South Africa, Ghana. And it was more like a conglomerate of different people from different cultures, and I learned a whole lot. Now, it broadened my mind as against having to just be on screen. It broadened my mind to even have connect to do other businesses with these people. So that's just how my destiny changed.
No, that's in everything was still a part of your destiny.
But it all boils down to one thing. You had it all in you.
Yes.
It was there. You had this rugged,
the determination, everything.
Every time.
And she kept building and building and building on it.
Encouragement, people around. Wow, this is wonderful. So let's see the next 5 years. What's your plan?
Okay, well, I'll start by saying, after I ran for my election, and I saw the way the terrain is politically, I took my mind off that elected positions, because it would take a while with your consistent impact on the electorate to be able to genuinely win them. During this 2023, when we kicked off, someone was like, oh, buy a form again now, come around House of Assembly and all. I said, I'm not running. I'm not running because I'd started the work I was doing with my current principal, and I knew it would be a huge distraction. When I'm doing something, I like to put in my to it. Yes. So I could not be running this office from the national and moving around and be running my House of Assembly at the state. So I put it in the corner. Then again, I had a friend, like a brother, who was running for reps. I put in my energy to work with him. I started with him, I ended with him. I also used that to gain, momentum from my same constituency. And now I'm looking at 5 years from now. Do I really have on blueprints what I want to do politically? That's all you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Why would you say?
Yeah, because I'm not keen about an elective position for me.
Okay.
I am keen about focusing on the people who are around me. If I get an elective position to help the people, fine. Yeah. If I get an appointed to help people, fine. Yeah. The key word for me is helping the people. I mean, that's the last thing my father left with me before he went to join the angels. Yeah. The people that you build, the people that will call your name while they're praying, the people that behind your back are the ones that say, no, that person is okay, that person is good. That is your wealth. And your children and your lineage can also
inherit from that.
Yes. Yeah. So, but then most of us in Nigeria understand that our access to political power and will can give us a whole lot. But I'm centered on, you can be anywhere. You can be in a non-governmental organization. You can be anywhere. You can be in an international community. The thing is this, genuinely have the love for the people, and the source will connect itself to you. For example, that's what has connected itself to me. Currently, as I speak to you, I'm going around the country offering and, in fact, giving people free reading glasses. All I need to do, my principal has instructed, since this is your passion, let's do this. And he gave me a supply of thousands of copies that he bought from the US. Just do this one. So I'm going around, we've done a couple of states. This week also going to Aquarium and Cross River. So now the people who need these reading glasses, all I need to do is hire ophthalmologists. They come and they
check them up,
and tell us their range. And we have all of the ranges and we give it to them for free. So now the thing is this, politics for women is a field that we should go into. We do so well in our homes, we do so well in our businesses, we do so well. So what is that thing that's a barrier that stops us from going into it? That's what we need to constantly check. We should not check it for this season and let it die. We should constantly check up on it. It's like a sickness that we need to cure.
Oh my! Round of applause. I said I was odd before. Okay, give me another superlative. We'll take that. We'll take that.
Thank you so much. I really I wasn't expecting it. A lot of things exposed now that I did not know that a woman can get to that extent. Most of us think maybe there's a barrier somewhere. If we get a particular place, stigmatization will be there, but you've put it in pure English.
And her passion.
So my last words now will be to Nigerian woman. That Nigerian woman and that Nigerian young girl that wants to change. The change starts from now. We didn't have it, and that's why we're where we are. You need to make a decision now, because in 2027 that you'll reap it.
You have given me good people.
You've given me a new perspective in what I want in life. I'm going around and building networks and connections with people.
Dr. Bassey, I'm so happy that you're here today, and I want to wish you all the best. This passion, this power, this fire burning in your bones will not quench. I see you have been a mentor. I see you started something that becomes so large. You will go beyond politics. Politics just be one of maybe the base, it will climb higher and higher. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. And on that beautiful note, on that beautiful speech, oh my God, I'm not even sure I should say let's go on eBay because bye. We'll be right back.
See, all my bodies, all those people see the show.
Your own is only, but see, my own is not because the number of people have said you are my mentor on this show. It's as if I'm not oversaying it. It's as if I'm not oversaying.
This woman, in short,
the passion. It is the fact that she is now saying, when you ask her, oh, in the next 5 years, and she's telling you that, oh, I do not care to be in politics anymore or in an elected position. I care about what I'm going to impact on people in my own little.
And for me, from her story, because of the things she was doing, even after she lost that election, all the way she go by, she see the shed it.
Is that not
what I say that nobody don't deserve this?
But she still. And the fact that, oh, as she was putting in the work, that's why I was put in the work, people will notice you. Put in that work. Just be putting, you don't need to blow your trumpet. They will come and be whimpering around for you.
Trumpet. I was so excited. And I'm happy that this lady is young. So she still has more years.
Yes.
She will grow to become somebody's people's mentor.
Mine?
Mentor.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
You understand? And it also shows she just showed to us that politics is beyond authority. It's not just a Uga, Abioga. It's what you have to give. That's what people notice more. But I wish our leaders could watch this particular interview.
Yes, but also I wish our leaders and more people know that women, if you give women have, she said it, and remember we're always saying it on this show, that a woman is multifaceted. We're always saying it. And our guest kept there and said it.
I said it.
On this, we need to end this episode with Sing That Strength of a Woman. Let me do backup for you. Okay. Don't sing again. Don't sing again. Don't sing again. On this beautiful strength, on this beautiful mandate, on this beautiful foundation which we've given you, it is on this beautiful note that we say thank you for being a part of today's program. We hope you've learned a lot from us, and as we've learned from our guests. We'll see you next time on this your number one, the most special, the most beautiful program called Ladylike.